What's going on? It's ThatHomeTheaterDude. Got these new speakers in from SVS earlier this week, so I want to do a quick comparison in between my old Klipsch modules that I have. So I've already played a couple music tracks with them before, earlier today, so I wanted to just start with the Klipsches just to see how they sound, and then I'll go ahead and do the exact same track in the elevation primes. So I'm going to go ahead and get the music queued up, and then we'll take it from there. Alright, so that was the test, and that was just the very first time I even kicked on those prime elevations, so they're not even broken in yet. But this test isn't, obviously perfect. I kept everything the same between the same volumes, the same crossover frequencies, and the same, angle between the two. So I try to keep it, as close to the same test as possible. So I had them in stereo mode, so those were the only speakers that were connected, and those were the only ones getting the full juice. So my first impressions with the Klipsch ATMOS modules, I would say that whenever I was listening to it, it sounded pretty good, but it was the very first one that I listened to. Between the two, I would say that this one, the tweeter just seemed a little more harsh. It seemed to be a little more piercing. But maybe that's maybe that's a good thing. I mean, they're supposed to be used as height speakers. They're not necessarily supposed to be used as bookshelves, but it's just a quick test. Besides that, Midbass sounded okay. Didn't sound great. It's not like it's a 15-inch subwoofer or anything. But yeah. So going on to the prime elevations, I mean, it kind of seems like there's a trend coming on here. Like I seem to be impressed more and more each time that I listen to SVS's speaker products. So between the two, I would say that this one has, just the very first time I kicked on that same demo, right out of the box, it has a lot more mid-bass presence, which is good, especially if these are going to be used as a full spectrum speaker, because these aren't. The Klipsch ATMOS modules, they're supposed to be the experts say to cross them over at 200 or 150 hertz. So with that, I think the reason why they say that is because there's proprietary crossovers in these things already that it's optimized for getting bounced off your ceiling. So with these, the prime elevations, they're full spectrum speakers. So you're going to be getting all the juice all the time out of these things. And I think these go down to about 55 hertz, if I'm not mistaken. So I mean, that's a lot more mid-bass than you would typically get out of such a small little speaker. And another quick comparison between the two, I think the horn, or not the horn, but the tweeter on the SVS product, I really like the tweeter on it. It wasn't as piercing as the Klipsch was, and it sounded a little more natural, I think. Now, obviously, you're not supposed to be listening to full or a full music track between these two. I mean, typically with your hype channels, you get just a quick burst of sound, and that's about it. But between the two, I really like this one because it has a lot more versatility. You can use it as a lot of different things. So these can actually be used as surround speakers and things like that, and they can be used as center speakers as well. And there's very modular. You can use them in a lot of different configurations. These were meant to either be mounted on the ceiling, firing down at you, or on top of a speaker bouncing off the ceiling. So a lot of differences in between the two. So I'm going to keep doing a couple more tests. But that was my quick comparison today. So thanks for watching, guys.